Right, that should be everything sorted. We should be up and going. Stream-wise, anyway. Waiting for a couple people to join still. Ella's just joined. Terminator decided to go and spam the ready button. Is that fun? No, it's Melody. Melody then. That's good news. I think that means we're waiting on font. Alright, start of a new season. Now, everyone's favourite thing. Start of the new season. We got a new set of people in sprint. And, well, hopefully a new champion. However, Joe does get to race the first few races at the very least. Get to hear some great music while we wait. So, for the first week of the season, Red Bull, the Williams, Staber and Joe. Hello, Saeed. Nothing too far from expected. Haas is Mildy and Alu. Robin and Will in the Alfa Romeos. Got a few people here that could spring some surprises. I think they could anyway. A few also higher up in the, well, say higher up, in the quicker cars. Saeed's coming off a win in Tier 4, hoping to capitalise on momentum. It's got a couple minutes to wait for Reaper, I'm pretty sure. We're going to actually have a full grid, which is surprising. But yeah, full grid could be absolute chaos. For those not very familiar with sprint, it's one-shot qualifying in 25% races. There'll be 2 on a night. This is week 1 of a new season. The season last season, in which we had essentially what I think it was like 12 different winners over the 22 races in the end, or something daft like that. There was a lot of different winners last season. I don't think we'll match the same again. I don't think we will. The plate font's not happy that he's not racing. But it is what it is. Looks like we're pretty much ready to go. Which is, well, the dawn of a new season is actually upon us now. At the same time, also, Football Manager release day. I'm not entirely sure if anyone's been playing that, but I hope to be playing it soon. Actually, some good music on F1, isn't there? I know some people won't agree with that statement, but my opinion is that there's some good songs at the very least. Alright, we're loaded in. Got probably another 30-ish, maybe a little bit more seconds until one-shot qualifying is upon us. Everyone's going to be sorting out their setups in their imaginary cards by the looks of those grid slots. The pit garage, sorry. Yeah, so Saeed and Hallinan, I'm surprised Saeed's got technically, well, no, they're not the quickest car, they're just the first one on the board. The quickest car would be the Red Bull or the Ferrari here, which is El Truco, Luke, Noob and Matt. Alright, here we go. The start of a new season is now underway with my TV wanting to shut down pretty much immediately. Matt goes to the back as per. As usual, just normal service resumed to see at this point. Oh, Jack's out! Jack's out. Took him less than 3 corners to get himself in a wall, but he's out. Alu's in 8th right now, so Robin... Looks like we've got a freeway between Robin, Swen and Joe for the lead of this qualifying session. 2 horses trying to put themselves in there and thereabouts. Much a different person in every single qualifying. Oh, Alu spun it! Alu spun it too much on the inside. Way too much on the inside. Put his car around, and that's going to put him beside Terminator at the back. And I'm surprised Terminator's so far back, given that we're in the Middle East. Here comes Robin, as he currently sits himself second on the grid so far. So he overtakes him in the Mercedes right now and puts himself on top, trying to capitalise, as I said earlier, from his momentum after his Tier 4 win to start the season last week. Over the line, well, around the final corner we go, over the line, and it's Saeed that's going to be on pole. Ella's out. So Saeed on pole by just over a tenth of a second, Joe in second, Saber in third. Robin in 4th, as you can see at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. The Swen 5th in the McLaren. The top 5 separated by less than half a second. No one else really put up that much of a fight when you put it into thing against Saeed. Millsy 6th, Boomer 7th, Rigo 8th, who has been on an extreme heater of late, but you're going to have to do something from there. Hallen and 9th in the other Mercedes. Will, who was the runner, well, I believe it was the runner-up in the last season championship against Joe. In 10th, Reaper in 11th, Truco in 12th, Luke 13th, Noob 14th. And that's I would say it's a shaken grid to what we saw last time, but it's not overly shaken up. You still got pretty much the same sort of people up there, that's for sure. We're about 30 seconds from the race. Saeed is in his home race, getting himself on pole. He's got to do a lot more though to hold off Joe and Staber if he actually wants to win this race. When you've got those two directly starting directly behind you, it's not the greatest of things to see. You'll rather had a little bit more gap. 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Rico's ended his race already because he jumped through the start. And it looks like wow, Saeed dropped to 10th off the start. Oh, and there's a spin there as well. I think that's Reaper. A couple of people actually looking at the bottom of the grid right now. Oh, Rico is lagging all over the place and spinning out in the process. New from Reaper, still at turn 1. Up and down the grid we go. Swen's got the place off Milty. He's up to 4th. Well, I say up to 4th because he got 1 place off his starting, but that's because Saeed had probably the worst start known to man. You got the 2 Williams currently fighting each other. They go into the... oh! Robin and Swen getting a little bit feisty there. 2 tier 2 guys. Will span it. Will deep into the chicane, naturally looks like, but he's lost a chunk of positions. So Saeed's now 7th despite being on pole, and yeah, that's not a great start. So Joe's first, Davis second, Robin third, Swen 4th, Milty 5th, Boomer's up to 6th. Bloodwave, well, Saeed is 7th, Hallinan 8th, the 2 Mercedes, Bloodwave in 9th, another tier 1 guy, Yalu 10th. There's a spin there, another tier 1 guy's gone. Down the grid, it's Jack who spun it. It looks like Bloodwave might have gone as well. There's no front wing there. Yep, and there's part of the front wing of Aston Martin's gone, and a bunch of people are coming into the pits. In come Alu's Haas. They're just running straight to the back of that Red Bull. And 5 or 6 people have just pitted immediately. All the way to the back, both the Aston Martins, both the Red Bull, the Haas as well. Reap had a spin at the beginning. Noob had a spin at the beginning, so those 2 also back there off of a spin. Jack as well, so we only have everyone from 12th upwards that have actually survived this race as of this point. The 2 Williams are starting to clear a gap. We head everyone in tow down towards the chicane in the middle sector, and not really an awful lot happening, and as soon as this goes into the next lap, a DRS train's going to form, so I don't think a lot will happen from that point onwards either. Staber and Joe, however, have managed to break that little bit of a DRS train, or the beginning of a DRS train. Matt dropped a couple of positions. Reaper and Noofsford both past him. We've got Swen and Robin who are fighting it out, and Swen's going around the long way, but he's going to get a position, isn't he? He does. In the final sector, up into 30 he goes. Robin, a tier 1 driver now, compared to Swen being in tier 2, got demoted after well, excruciatingly poor showing last season. They still got Staber and Joe in their DRS ranges of each other. Those 2, well, those 2 will be competing a lot of the time if Staber can keep it out of a wall, which he did in tier 1 on Thursday night. Staber already had a win on the season. A very, very young season at that. We've only started last Thursday. So, realistically, everyone up to 8 still has a real shot at this. When managed to close it in on the 2 in front with DRS. Looks like Saeed might be looking for something here on Boomer and doesn't get it. Let's have a look at the tyres everyone on. The yellow flag in sector 2. Swen! Swen messed it up! Swen messed it up through the chicane. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad mistake to make. Now he's got to charge down Hallinan and Saeed. It explains Saeed's start a little bit, the fact that he's on medium compared to the soft around him, but at the same time, that start was abysmal. So I don't really think you can give him that much of an excuse. Robin 1.6 seconds behind Staber and Joe, so those 2 off in the distance again, up almost 2 seconds clear of the Alfa Romeo in 3rd. Mildy currently in 4th, having to chase down a tier 1 compatriot this season. Boomer in 5th, who's running off of 4th in tier 2 despite really lacking pace. Got away with a late safety car and some complete, well, stupid driving, to be completely honest with you, but got it nonetheless. Saeed, oh, wheeled out! Wheels out, that's turn 3, and it's yellow, and it's a yellow car coming out of the pit lane. That means it's a safety car, which means we're not going to go racing again until like lap 6 or 7. But everyone gets to catch up almost immediately. So the grid's shaken up quite, well, not very drastically, but most of the people here moved up by a position. Boomer moved up a couple. Joe in first, so it's a Williams 1-2 right now. Joe in first, Staber in second. Robin in third, Mildy in fourth. Boomer in fifth, Saeed in sixth, Helen in seventh. I would be quite expecting that the ones on the soft tyres are about to come in and make their pit stop to the mediums and get that out of the way. And as we Robin comes in, Mildy comes in, Boomer stays out on the medium tyre. Saeed's gonna follow him. There's a huge pit lane, what looks like an absolute fuck up there, to be completely honest with you, but I'm not entirely sure what's happened. Front wing change needed for Swen. As pretty much everyone's starting to pit. The only 4 that have gone on through at the moment, while those on the medium tyre. So just replying to Rigo a minute. So Rigo gets himself out of the pits now and currently sits himself. Damn, Luke and Truco are bar back. What the hell happened to them? I can only assume that they've served their pit stop already. Yeah, Truco and Luke served their pit stops. Bloodwave and Alu on their second pit stops, and those two will come out together at the back of the field. Probably have probably going on lap 7 here, because I don't think the two behind us that will get up to the back of the pack by the end of the lap, considering they've just hit sector 3. So there's only 5 people that haven't in fact stopped. Everyone else onto the opposite tyre of what they were on at the beginning, most of which have decided that the medium tyre is the tyre they need to be on, compared to a couple on the softs. Matt should have got in, but I guess chose not to. Saeed has pit now. That's a risky decision. I think Matt's decided to pit as well. Couple of guys making a real bad choice to not go out, not go in the lap before. But yeah, we're looking at safety car restart starting probably the end of the lap. Go back on Rigo, see if he's lagging that badly. He is lagging, but I think he should be fine. Jesus Christ, okay, he is lagging quite a substantial amount. But yeah, we've got a safety car who probably will come in this lap. I feel sorry for the guys behind you. Safety car is, in fact, going to come in this lap. So we're actually going to go straight to the front. Boomer, Jack and Reaper have all made the mistake, the quite comical mistake of not pitting now. And they're going to need another safety car just to be even considered close in this race. They're probably going to end at the back of the grid as it stands. 5-second penalty for Matt for not obeying the yellow flags. Probably got an illegal pass and didn't really see why. But here we go, through the final sector now. We're going to be led in by Bouma, who's quite frankly made a horrible decision to stay out here, but we'll wait and see if it backfires. Here we go, he's gone through the final corner. No one going to make a mistake here, I don't think. The cold tyres, however, might induce some pretty close racing down the line. The top three, half a second away, no one else. Rigo! Looks like Rigo dropped to the back. Not entirely sure what happened to Rigo there. Joe also currently... Oh, Erm's out! Erm's out! Turn 3, Joe gets past Reaper into the hairpin at the bottom of that particular hill. In turn 3, it's the end of Erm's race. Rigo dropped to the back. Rigo not having a fun time. Looks like Hallinan and Staber having a bit of a go at it right now. Mildy as well, who seemingly having a problem with the fact that he is lagging. Staber gets through a couple of people there. Sven, Hallinan and Staber all fighting. All three, remember, have actually made their pit stop, so they'll be going to the end. Hallinan lost out to Sven as well, and to Ella, who makes a good lunge down the inside and gets it done. Manages to make that stick pretty nicely. Red Bull and a Haas fighting in the background there. But I think Truco's held on for a little bit longer. So, Joe currently well ahead right now, and the double stop in the Williams garage has well and truly handed that favour of Joe, but Staber had to do it. Sven, 0.2 of a second right now behind Staber, who needs to get a move on in order to catch Mildy and potentially a couple others as well. Will still get a top 4 finish unless Sven's going to get him here. Sven in the McLaren, Tier 2 driver, demoted from Tier 1, definitely hoping to show what he's got. Saeed also trying to work his way back through the pack, currently sitting himself in 13th after what was such a promising start, and an absolute collapse since that point. Robin, here we go on Reaper. Robin on the inside. Robin down into the chicane in front of Reaper and gets that move done without much trouble. Reaper effectively backing out of that. Living to fight another day, but he's well and truly just praying for a safety car at this point. Jack and Joe going at it into the banked hairpin, start of sector 3. It looks like Jack got that. Sven and Ella also fighting it out. Looks like Sven's going to hold on to that position for now, but it's allowed to Staber to break a little bit of a gap here. Also allowed for Hallinan to get back into DRS, so I guess everyone's going to go fighting for a little bit. Reaper also trying to stay out there. Yellow flag in sector 3. Truco has binned it in the third to last corner. It looks like a Red Bull here's had a little bit of a problem as well. Luke's got a little bit of an oversteer into the final corner. It's allowed for both the Mercedes to go on through. Ella also still within 0.2 of Sven, who's right on the back of Staber, who separated not by an awful lot to Mildy, and then to Reaper in front of that. Mildy down the inside. Mildy actually not able to get the position. Mildy actually gets another shot straight away with DRS on Reaper here, and does get it done this time. What about Staber, who's trying to fight the no DRS, fight the Alpine that doesn't have DRS right now. Staber versus Ella. Ella on the outside. Ella's got to have he had a stab at it, but Staber's got such a better exit that he even took the fucking Alpine by surprise. And the Alpine's going to lose ground on all 3 cars here, actually. And here comes Ella down the inside. Ella down the inside, gladfully backs out of that. I thought we were about to have a spin. And Sven's going to get that position around the long way on Ella after he backed out. Yellow flag, and Saeed's out after what was such a promising qualifying. I think we have a safety car again, and a couple of people have fluked into this. Reaper has lost every position under the sun, so the safety car Marco gets a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. Jack, Boomer and Reaper all coming in, and it looked like a couple other people coming in as well. Well, half the grid are coming in fact. He pushes everyone up a few positions. So the actual standings look a little bit like this. So you've got Joe currently in first, Robin currently in second. The 2.8 second gap Joe had is going to come straight back down to pretty much nothing. Mildy in third, Staber in fourth, even though Staber has been going at Mildy for a little while now. Also was going at Reaper for a little while as well. Ella in fifth, who gets another shot at Staber almost immediately. Swen in the exact same position, just a third place further back. Luke, 8-lap old mediums, currently in 7th, doing enough. And then you've got Alu with 8th. Should be able to hold off of the softs behind him even in the realistic cars. Boomer in 9th, Matt in 10th as a penalty, Jack in 11th, Reaper 12th, who get very much saved by the fact that nobody else decided to pit. What do you mean? I mean, not nobody else, sorry. Everybody else is actually the probably most apt answer for that. Hallinan in 13th, Bloodwave in 14th, Noof in 15th, Truco in 16th, Rigo in 17th. We've lost Saeed and Will so far. Saeed, your pole sitter, is out after what has been probably an awful day when you look back, when he's going to look back at this. But yeah, so the safety car should be in a couple of laps. Matt's pit, so he's going to drop himself a few positions. But yeah, we're gonna get going. I don't know if it's this lap, maybe next lap. Probably next lap for sure, actually, because I don't think it takes 2 laps for everyone to catch up here. But yeah, everyone catching up now. We're not going to go in this lap. Lap 12 is probably where we are actually going in. Yep, and we come over the line still with the safety car in tow. So, we've got 2 Ferrari, to Aston Martin and a Red Bull trying to catch back up. That'll be New Squid, El Truco, Rigo and Matt, currently in 17th. Couple of people with penalties, drive through for Truco, which is effectively the end of his chance of ending anywhere other than 17th. And 3 seconds for Rigo. Gonna go another full lap under the safety car. There we go, down the line. There's not really an awful lot to talk about. First race of the season, we've already had multiple safety cars, and as soon as you have multiple safety cars in a race, you kind of drag all the drama out of it. Well, you do until we get going anyway, and then probably all explodes straight away. But we still got a whole sector to drive pretty much until we get underway again. But here we go. So you're saying I'm stupid? Well, he's stupid, sorry. But what actually happened, Saeed? What actually happened for you to DNF then? Here we go. So Joe's going to lead us back in. We're about to go up again from the safety car. Here we go. Round the final corner, and I think Joe's caught Robin sleeping. He absolutely has, and he'd already got a second gap. How has this happened? Luke's dropped quite a number of places. The cold tide at the start not helping him out. Oh, there's a car spinning right at the beginning there, and Ella has spun the car before we even hit turn one. We've got a little bit of a battle between Alu and Bouma. Tangled with Noof. So as we talk about that, actually, a couple of people dropping positions. Luke all the way down to 15th. It allows Noof to get into 11th right now. Alu also fighting with Jack, as Jack is going to be able to get on through pretty much as soon as he could down the straight. And it looks like Luke's had a bit of a problem again. Here comes Jack and Alu into the chicane. It looked like someone behind it. It's Reaper trying to open it up for a freeway, and instead all but losing his position. Hallinan almost got too over aggressive, and Jack had very much cleared Alu here. Half a second up the road, Reaper's going to get a shot at him as well. Reaper's not going to have, it's not going to work though. Alu should be able to hold that on from there. Robin 1.3 seconds behind Joe in the lead of the race. Mildy a second back, so it might allow for Staber to make some sort of moves as we head toward the end of this one. As Staber is probably going to feel slightly hard done by in this one, but with fourth, I don't think he'll be the most disappointed. Yellow flag in sector 3. It's Noof. It's Noof who's lost his car on the final corner. Luckily hasn't put in the wall, but he's dropped himself all the way down to 16th. Looks like we've got is that Red Bull having a bit of a problem? Now Truco also having a bit of a problem. Yes, it is a Red Bull having a problem. So also Mildy trying to catch up to Robin. Yellow flag in sector 1 is a Ferrari. And Noof has been disqualified from the session for blocking the pit lane on lap 14. That's a new one. That's definitely a new one. Bouma also trying to get Swen here. We see in the background Bouma following Swen up the road. A little bit too far back to make it stick. Maybe if he gets better traction out the corner, he might be able to launch something here. Alu gets back in front of Reaper as Reaper sticks and is still in 9th. Oh, Swen. Oh, Hallinan's out. Alu's out. Something's happened between them there as they've gone off. Quite a weird place there as DNF. That's two more. There's obviously no safety car, virtual safety car. 2 laps on the end of the race, but what the hell happened here? DRS now available. Oh, they both crashed. They've crashed into the wall on the inside and dropped it. Not entirely sure what actually happened there, but that's what it looked like anyway. On the final lap, Joe 1.5 seconds ahead, and I think we can safely establish that the champion is off to a good start. We've got yellow flag in sector 2. Swen spun it. Swen has spun it and dropped a few positions in the process. Reaper's dropped to 10th. As he's fighting Ella and Bloodwave up ahead. And I think Reaper's lost himself a position in the top 10 now. Rigo getting his move in. And it's actually... Oh, Reaper's got no front wing, and Reaper has just straight up spun. Rigo, what the... What on earth has happened there? That's weird. I don't know if Reaper's had a bit of a problem, but no front wing. I give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm pretty sure we'll find out what actually happened as we go throughout. Maybe in the chat later on. Here comes Joe round the final corner, and the champion defending his title with a win in the first race. And he's off to one hell of a start again. He made it look easy last season. And well, he's looking to do the same this time round. Off with a commanding win this time round. Robin gets second, then Mildy gets third, Stable fourth. He'd probably be slightly disappointed thinking he could have got a little bit better than that. Boomer in fifth. Jack in sixth, Swen in seventh after his mistake cost him dearly. Ella in eighth, Bloodwave in ninth, Reaper in 10th. A lot that went on. I am very interested to see how people are talking to each other right now. Season 9, 10, 11 season opener victories all in a Williams for Joe. So that's 3 in a row, one we probably should have saw coming. Not entirely sure what has happened here. There's also, apparently people are not entirely happy with Ella at the end, so you can assume something happened there. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, now I guess there was a lot that happened there by the looks of that. Saeed saying his clutch wasn't working at the start of it, so yeah, that's probably a problem. Auto would explain the they had at the start of the game. Also, it's reversed grid this time, so look at the way we've got it now, and you'll see the opposite. So I believe that would be Luke, I think, on pole. Not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, unless they count in the DNS there as well, which would be a huge advantage for and for Saeed. But yeah, Joe's going to be starting right at the back of the grid. No one-shot qualifying. But we'll wait until the second race at Silverstone. Hallinan might want to break a bit earlier. It looks like people all over the place right now in there. They're in the chat. I'm not entirely sure if you're starting at the back of the grid, Saeed. Alan apologising for missing a braking zone. There's a lot of things going on in this chat. You've also got I'm waiting to see what's happening here. No quality in 13 laps on Silverstone, so we're here for a little bit later. We'll not be here for as long as normal. But yeah, waiting for the reverse grid to be reformed. But yeah, from pole to DNF. That's one hell of a bottle there by Saeed to start with. Looked like it looked like a lot of shit happened in that race. But yeah, do wait for Silverstone to start up. It'll be about 5 minutes. What's everyone doing over the next couple of days then? I think outside of uni, I think I might be practicing at this point. How's everyone doing in chat? I'm trying to. Shouldn't be too long before we get into the second race. Be a minute or so. Boomer's typing, so that might be good news as to when we can go. It's Boomer talking about Luke and his last restarts attempt, and yeah, no, it was one that Luke will probably not want to talk about. It was yeah. We're going to be about a minute or so until we start, I think. I'm just trying to keep myself up to date with everything at this point. Discord's running pretty quick. Luke's blaming his controller. We shouldn't be that. Someone's just left. Rico's restarting. That's why that was. And we get to watch 13 laps of Silverstone. We've got a full lobby of 20 again. There he goes back. That's good news. Hopefully everyone's internet is able to function. Which means we're actually getting ready to go. 13 laps straight off. Only DNFs on purpose will start the back. Okay. So it is everyone from the back onwards. So it's from 20th. That's what I thought. Alright. We're about 30 seconds from loading in, unless Newt's game does actually function, which it has. So we're now 30 seconds away from the start of the race itself. Get a proper look at the grid in a minute. But here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and on the grid at the very least. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. Noof currently leading the way. Will second, third. Saeed jumps off the start after has got one of the, well, almost one of the worst starts I've seen, apart from Saeed's, entire start at Abu Dhabi a minute ago. Alu gets past El Truco and those two are going back and forth. It looks like everyone has been relatively clean at the start of Silverstone until I said something. Rigo now at the back. Saber and Luke fighting it away through the grid. Saber up to 11th. Truco up against Hallinan. Truco up to 5th. Looks like we've got a few people in front of us having a bit of a fight. Reaper and Swan. Oh! There goes an Aston Martin. There goes a Ferrari, Alpine. I think there's a couple other people gone as well. There's at least 4 or 5 guys, I think, there. Have been, the 2 Aston Martins, Alpine and the Ferrari, all suffering quite a lot. 5 seconds for Boomer for ignoring the yellow flag. Illegal overtake in the second sector there, so he's going to have that tacked on to his pit stop. Here comes Swen. Oh! How has Swen survived? What the? What have I just watched? Well, Swen gets 5 seconds of speed in the pit lane after... What the hell just happened between Swen and Hallinan? Rigo's out as well. What the... Well, the safety car immediately, and we're just going to be left with me being astounded at what the hell just happened. Rigo left, so Rigo's out entirely for the night. So it's medium on, well, everyone but Mildew has gone to the hards. Everyone at the back decided to go on. Everyone's decided to go onto the medium tyre, see if they can last to the end of the race on it. That's a lot of everything, I think. Luke and Truco 3rd and 4th right now. I am quite surprised that some of these guys haven't decided to go into the pit lane. I assume some of them had gone past already. But I think that's 3 positions for a bunch of people. Safety car's not going to come in this lap because no, half of the grid's not even close. So we're going to go on to lap, what, 4? Yeah, we lap 4. We restart this race up again. Oh, and in comes Will, and in comes Saeed. No speeding for Will, no speeding for Saeed. I think someone else is coming as well. That might be Luke. Truco and Jack stay out. And I think they'll be hoping for another safety car at this point, otherwise they are in trouble. But all the guys that are pitting here. Swen pitted again. What the hell happened to Swen? Oh, Swen's 75 seconds, that makes sense. And Saeed gets, almost gets the Alpha in the pit lane. Doesn't actually get in there. Will currently ahead of him. And that allows for some of the guys at the front of the last race to be at the, well, toward the front of this one as well. We've got, oh yeah, Millsy on the podium last time. Staber and Bouma was 4th and 5th. Ella was good until he wasn't. Joe won the race, currently in 13th. Robin, who was 2nd, currently in 12th. So we're seeing some variation. Looks like we are looking more and more likely to get more winners as we go. Oh, Staber, what the hell was that? What have I just watched? What have I just watched? Staber? Staber? Please tell me your remote died. Or you have controller drift, or something of that sense. Because that, what was that? The safety car's in this lap. I get to watch I don't understand what the hell just happened. I'm going to have to find out our chance of what happened there. Well, Truca's going to lead us in, followed by Jack, Ella, Reaper, and Bloodwave, who haven't pit yet. Everyone else behind has. Here we go. When are we going? I can only assume they'll be out of the Bale chicane. But it looks like... Are we going? We are going to go. Here we go. And Truco did not create much separation, if any, there whatsoever. Managed to stay in front of Ella, who stayed ahead of Reaper. And Reaper and Bloodwave are now going to go at it. Bloodwave just slightly behind. Open the door for Alu. Going the long way. Alu, and then has the inside line. Should be able to make this move stick. And he does so. That is a very, very nice lunge from Alu. And it worked to perfection. Bouma also going to have a go here at Bloodwave as well. And Bouma down the inside and then has the outside. Got to go the long way around and make this one stick. Still got a wheel in there. Still got it in. Still alongside. We go up to Cops and I think Bouma might have this one. Bouma does in fact have this one. That's well held around the outside. But Bloodwave's going to take it back almost immediately. Oh, never mind. He got caught. The inside line got compromised. And he's going to have to stick behind Bouma through Maggott and Beckett to this rate. He will have to do exactly that. Ella also trying to catch up to the back of Reaper. Oh, there goes the horse! There goes the horse! There goes multiple horses! And the Ferrari. What the hell has just happened here? There goes the Ferrari front wing. And Mildy. Bloodwave also might have been involved in that. Will try to catch up. A couple of people 8th and 9th in a good fighting distance. Still got 5 people at the front, so Bouma is currently in the lead of this race. But El Truco gets a penalty as well, so Jack has a good fighting chance. He needs the safety car to even stand a chance, but has a good fighting chance nonetheless. Currently, Bouma sits himself in the lead of this race. We'll see how long he's able to hold off Joe in the Williams. Around Silverstone, a track that probably everyone has driven till the hard content at this point. Also one that probably will make you want to never want to drive on this game ever again. It's not great for driving on this. It's not great for racing, I don't think. Even worse to do time trial. So it's half a second currently splitting Truco and Jack, who has an awful middle sector. I did until... Oh, someone's got off there. I think that's Reaper. Yep, everyone seems to be having a problem on the exit. Maggots and Beckett. Reaper's dropped all the way back. People staying out a little bit longer. Right in the back of Jack now. These guys at the front. These guys at the front have to just hope and pray for a safety car. They're not going to get it while Reaper's leaving the session with his car left on track. 3 seconds there for Jack as well. That leaves them currently in pole position to win this race. Ella also right behind the two AlphaTauris. Probably going to have a good go at each other later soon enough. Also, Boomer 2 seconds up the road. Yellow flag in sector 3, and that's Bloodwave having a problem as New Squid goes on. Jack's still trying to make something work on Truco, but as the brick wall he is. Not able to be passed right now. So Truco still holding on, and also holding on from Ella right now as well. Equal machinery might have 3 seconds for Ella. As soon as I started praising him, he messed up the inside of the first corner at Maggots and Beckett's, and oh, that's never a good sign. Truco, Ella, Jack all have penalties, and Boomer have a 2.5 second gap. So there's a lot that's going right for the Alpine right now. Will and Swen going at it. And looks like Swen's won the battle of the minds there. Oh, spun it. I think Jack spun it as well. I think there might have been a collision there, actually. Probably the only deductible reason as to why this has happened. And Joe goes on through. Boomer goes on through. And we're 3 seconds up. And Boomer's 3 seconds up. But technically in the lead of the race. Boomer's just got to hold on now. That's not how you hold on. You do not want to hit the inside curb there. It's a bad choice. Robin half a second behind Joe. Saeed a little bit further back. Luke a little bit further back on that. Everyone's behind, split pretty evenly right now. You've got 3 guys there. Jack, Ella, all of them having a bit of a problem through the Vale chicane. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but when they have to pit in a lap's time, they're not going to be particularly happy. Reaper also having to pit still, so Reaper's race is effectively over. It's definitely over without a safety car, that's for sure. Boomer closing in on Truco. And you've got Robin closing in on Joe, who's still 2.8 seconds. Someone spun out the back there. It's a Red Bull, it's Luke. Another one gone on Maggots and Beckett's. And here comes Robin down the inside of Joe. And he gets that done up. Oh, he's going to get switchback here. Is he going to get switchback? Joe has a little bit of a skid off the exit of Stowe. And, well, that's definitely going to cost him the position. That's for sure. Truco comes into the pit. So Boomer currently in the lead of the race, and the convincing lead of the race. Saeed trying to fight Joe, but Joe's going to hang on for a slight bit longer. Will currently in 5th, Alu 6th, Swen 7th, Luke 8th. 3 at the back. All pitting right now. Ems decided to stay out one more. It's a very interesting scenario to bring along. Noof and Bloodwave having made multiple stops, I'm pretty sure, sitting themselves well behind the rest. Now Truco went from leading the race to 13th, so you can tell how costly it was not pitting when you had the chance. Especially not pitting off those softs. We've got Joe still hanging on the back of Robin. Freeway fight going on here. Saeed trying to get himself on the podium as well, trying to make up for quite the quite a bad way there in Abu Dhabi. The start was abysmal and never really got better. He's trying to make amends for that here. The yellow flag is set to 1. Aston Martin, that's Bloodwave again. He's just not enjoying himself today whatsoever. Alu also trying to close in on Wills. We've got maybe a three-way battle here, a different battle behind as well. But Bouma, 3.5 seconds. Did someone else take Booma's remote for today? Here comes Saeed. The Mercedes quicker than the Williams, for sure being realistic cars, but Saeed not able to make it sit, well, make it stick, sorry, or even attempt it, going into the first corner. It looks like that's 5 seconds for Erminator, so you can add that to the rest of the penalties for everyone else he was around at the time. Alu, Joe, everyone's still taking a fight. Oh, and there goes Ella on the that's a safety. Is that a safety car? No, it's a virtual safety car. I thought I saw a little bit of yellow there, but there goes Ella. It's not going to get upgraded to a safety car, no one around him. So virtual safety car lap 9 just neutralizes the race a little bit. Well, it means we'll still have the three-way battle between these three, but that basically hands it game, set and match to Bouma if he can keep his car on the track. Ellard's having a bit of a problem with his brakes, which caused the problem between and Jack, so that's what happened down in the Vale chicane. That's a little bit of closure at the very least. We're waiting for the full, well, virtual safety car to end, and I think Bloodwave's just been lapped. Bloodwave has just been lapped by Bouma. Ouch. This is realistically the last lap anything could come out, so we are as we are now. Bouma, 5 seconds in the lead, and realistically got everything he could have wanted at the moment, unless he manages to screw this up and put in a wall somehow. Robin in second right now, 5 seconds behind Bouma in the lead. Joe third, Saeed fourth. Those three are going to go at it until the end of the race. Not entirely sure we'll see anything come out of it though. Alu got back within the DRS on Will, so that should be an interesting one. Heading towards its conclusion, Reaper and Matt also going at it. We'll actually have a good look at this. Reaper's AI? Okay, so Reaper's AI. No, we won't have a good look at that actually. We'll have a good look at the Alu versus Will fight though. As they right alongside each other going through Maggots and Beckett's now, and possibly something opening up here for Alu. They go down the hangar straight. Is it going to materialize for the Haas driver? It's not quite going to materialize here. The Alfa Romeo just slightly too strong. Will definitely knows how to drive it. And there goes Alu down the inside. Will was more than prepared for that though, and manages to hold on for a little bit longer. In the process, Saeed and Joe had a bit of a battle there, and Saeed got in front, up into third right now, with 3 laps left of the race. So, he's also brought Sweat into the battle, so we have multiple three-ways going on in track, second, third and fourth, and then fifth, sixth and seventh. Actually bring 8th into that battle, into the second battle as well, and it looks like we have a lot to make it work on Will here. It could be the case that Alu needs a mistake. Whether he gets one from Will in the next couple of laps, we'll wait and see. What about Joe on Saeed here? Joe goes very deep in an attempt to hold on to the back of that Mercedes. Still on the back of that Mercedes, going through Maggots and Beckett's, but very much probably should have a warning. And that's 3 seconds worth of time penalties for Saeed. And my God, has he just thrown away his chance at the podium. He got himself in a position to recover from last race and ballsed it again. Alu gets Will this time. Truco gets 3 more seconds. Saeed loses the position to Joe as well. And sad, so just a sector just not worth talking about. Just Saeed has thrown away a chance at a podium for sure. Unless there's a spin. With 2 laps left of the race, Bouma out in front and comfortably out in front to the point where I think somebody just stole Booma's remote. I don't remember Bouma ever being this quick. You've got Joe in 3rd, half a second behind, got DRS on Robin, maybe, just maybe able to just steal a second here. He's only got realistically 1 more, well, he's got 3 more shots actually to do this, do that overtaking. I'm gonna have to get a little bit closer than he currently is though. Further on, we've got a battle between oh, the yellow flag is sector 1. I think that's Truco. Yeah, it's Truco, and 3 seconds more for Bloodwave. Saeed now outside of DRS. On the DRS marking exactly, actually, and doesn't have it. He doesn't have it down the straight, so that might be the end of Saeed's chance of doing much. Alu gets himself 3 seconds as well, and that's going to cost him 3 positions. Will might be in a very good position to get himself into a 5th place here, unless Sven's going to send it, which he doesn't. Will's able to effectively defend that for a little bit longer, until now in the Vale chicane, down the inside goes Sven. Is Will going to be able to hold him again? Will is in fact going to be able to hold him again. And Will in that Vale chicane, they did it on Alu earlier, he's now done it on Sven. Is quite, well, he's exceptional defending in that corner. Wow, Reaper's being disqualified for not pitting. What the? What? How do you even manage that? Oh, and Alu's not going to lose the position to Will anymore. As Will gets himself 3 seconds as well and is doing an effective job of holding up Sven and Luke. It's 1.7 seconds to Sven and 2.1 to Luke as we go around the final lap of Silverstone. I'm not entirely sure Alu's going to be able to get positions on Sven or Luke, but he's going to limit the damage. He's going to end 7th instead of 8th. There's a point extra, 3 seconds for Truco, and I'm pretty sure it's a warning for Luke as we head through Maggots and Beckett for the last time. Bouma heading down into Stowe for the last time, and then through the Vale chicane as we're going to watch him now up towards the line through the final chicane. As long as he doesn't bin it over the line, he should be fine. Bouma wins at Silverstone in rather convincing fashion after that. That safety car opened the door for sure, and he definitely just took it with open arms. Robin gets 2nd, Joe gets 3rd, Saeed gets 4th, Sven gets 5th. Alu's got 6th, Mildy's got 7th, something happened to Luke, I'm not entirely sure what it was. Will got 8th, Luke got 9th, Matt's going to come over and actually get 10th. And you've got Jack in 11th, Truco a country mile back, with going to take his position. So it's going to be in 12th, Truco in 13th, Noof in 14th, and Bloodwave a lap back. There you go, Noof the last one to finish. We'll watch Noof Squid come over the line here. There you go. And that is that. Well then, that's the first week done and 2 different winners already. Bouma on top at Silverstone, Joe on top at Abu Dhabi. Not entirely sure whether or not Robin with his multiple seconds had, actually I think Robin's probably on the same amount of points as a first and a third. I'm not entirely sure though. There you go. That is how we end at Silverstone. 3 very good drives to the front. Bailed out by a safety car though. And well then, that is all we have. That's all we have for today. Both the sprint races are done. You've got a race around Brazil for Tier 1 and Tier 4 on Thursday. The same for Tier 2 and 3 on the Sunday night. And Monday night is the start of GT all over again. So big week ahead. But that's all from me. You'll see me on Thursday night in a bit.